Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions. Check out our partners in the description. Startup Podcast PH is at Nspace Cebu and will be interviewing startups from Cebu. In this episode, we have Arca Asia, an agritech platform enabling farming communities by building a resilient ecosystem using demand-driven technologies and solutions. And its co-founder, Neil Ko. Hello, Neil. Kamusta?
Hello po, good evening.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to learn more about this agritech startup in Cebu. And also, can you do more introductions? Ano nga ba, Neil, ang Arca Asia?
Arca Asia was founded 2 years ago. So it came from a research. So Arca.Asia is a agritech platform. So we enable farming community and convert this into community into a thriving community. So we bridge between experts and the consumers. So parang to make it successful to enable a certain community, you have to have those experts and the demand also, which is the clients.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So let's talk more about that community that Arca Asia is enabling. So actually the farming communities in Cebu, and maybe you also plan to like expand more on that. But how is the state of agriculture, or how is the state of the farmers, like for example here in Cebu?
yeah, that's actually a good question. No? So if you ask me that question 3 years ago, I might just talk about the situation based from what I hear or from what I see on the YouTube or on the news. No? But right now, I myself is a farmer. We're a full-time. I'm a full-time
Oh, wow.
co-founder and a farmer. So the state of agriculture here is, to be honest, right now the price of all the commodities is times 3
Oh.
or even times 4. So I would say Cebu on the side, Cebu is food insecure. I should say.
Mahal ang mga fruits and vegetables.
They've been relying supplies from other regions.
Oh, I see.
And with regards to state, it becomes more challenging. We have just passed, I don't know, a 2 month, 3 month El Nino. And you can see there up on the mountain who supplies vegetables here. I think 40% of them or even 60% already stopped planting because of no water. And even you can see tomatoes there, another supply just die because of too much heat. And some blank na farm fields na because they cannot do some farming activities there because it's too hot and there's no water. That's the state of agriculture now.
So, yeah, actually ang daming pag-usapan dito. First of all, like ang daming problems pala na nag-a-arise. I mean in the farming, in the agriculture industry. I mean madaming kung himayin natin ano. I mean, andyan yung lack of maybe para infrastructure, and maybe that's also what Arca Asia is doing para making these communities more resilient. And andyan din maybe yung umaangat yung presyo, maybe also because of the supply chain problems nga, na walang mahina yung nagiging source of these crops dito sa Cebu mismo, that you have to import from other regions, from other places. Pero like in your perspective, like in your groundwork, what's the kumbaga root cause or parang root problem of agriculture here in Cebu, maybe, or actually maybe in the Philippines itself?
I would say this is a result of a broken system. For the past, I don't know, maybe 30 years or 50 years or 100 years of not doing the right way, the right thing. So farmers before are being dependent on just abundant water,
Yeah.
good soil. But the farmers now are using herbicides. They're using these things. They're cutting the trees. And the lack of preparation and the lack of infrastructure making these farmers very, very challenged. That's why when you go to the farmlands, it's not the problem actually is just farm. It's our agriculture. The state of agriculture, when you see the farmers, it's not for everyone, but from my standpoint is that the farmers are becoming more hopeless. You can see people there. And that's why they have to act. No? So Arca was there to bring hope. It's just sort of when there is darkness, you just bring a small light, and then lights up the place because of
Oh.
that small light. But you cannot be just the light. You have to train those people, give them the platform. You cannot just say some motivational words or inspire them, but you have to give the light and give them opportunity. So they
Mm.
become the other light. They
Mm.
should not be dependent on one light. So
Mm.
that's what happened here. It's changed people's life. So for me, that's the deeper cause
Yeah.
because when people are have more hope, more motivated,
Mm.
they will grow
Yeah.
better crops. So
That's
start with the people there.
Yeah, that's actually very deep ano, but that's actually correct. Maybe somehow nga napapag-iwanan yung agriculture industry, hindi nabibigyan ng proper support ng technology and even like in larger support by the people, by the society. But let's go there sa kay Arca Asian and what it's doing
Mm.
for farmers. So you have a platform and I think you're also connecting kumbaga these farmers on how they can sell to end consumers ano. But
Mm.
yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, you're also building infrastructure for these farmers. So what really is Arca Asia doing for these farm communities?
Yeah. If I will say you're familiar with Ark, right? Ark of Noah. Ark.
Oh, dun pala siya
So
galing.
Arca is like Ark, Ark of agriculture.
Hmm.
So in these difficult times, it's like if you build just a small bangka in with this harsh condition, you will not survive.
Oh.
So you have to build a bigger one, which is Arca. But uh, we cannot build it alone, especially smallholder farmers, as we don't have the capital, we don't have all the resources to build. But if people are united to build
Hmm.
an ark, each one has, I'm an engineer, I'll give my share. Some people who has money provide this. So it's a sort of unity between people. They can build an ark. So
Hmm.
that's the concept. It's putting all the farmers in one location. It's like one arca. Put the nursery there, the rain shelters, all those resources that farmers need to thrive. It's like an ecosystem.
Hmm.
And then this farmer will focus on growing. This the wife of the farmer will help on managing this post-harvest facility. So everything in the community has to work together.
Hmm. So si Arca Asia pala ay above all else, above being an agri-tech platform, of course the tech part is important, pero it's also building the ecosystem, the
Yeah.
large ecosystem.
Uh, People are talking about AI, talking about technology, but everything, because I'm a computer engineer,
Hmm.
where my background is from technology also, but everything, if it's not built, no process is there, you cannot do automation.
Yes.
So
Agree.
it starts with that basic one, which
Hmm.
is
Yeah.
building these people, guiding them. And once infrastructures will build, of course, rain shelter has to be
Yeah.
automated. There should be
Hmm.
drip irrigation, making this easy for them, and even demand driven because we only grow what was already been
Hmm.
constructed. So we use that.
Yeah, but it's also very important ano. I mean, startups nowadays all over the Philippines parang medyo nangunguna yung technology. But this
Mm.
kind of, I mean, Arca Isa, like it's very grounded and ang ganda ng term na demand driven kasi you're really, kumbaga kung ano yung problema rin ng farmers, o ano yung problema ng communities, that's what you're bringing into them. But you mentioned kanina, Neil, yung parang rain shelters, you're building this infrastructure, kumbaga you're helping improve yung resilience and yung kung ano ba yung meron sa mga farms na ito. So can we know more about that? Like, ano ba talaga yung mga infrastructure na kailangan ng farms and that you should focus more on like the rain shelters nga, the irrigation. So can you give us a picture lang about those?
Yeah. So right now, like in in the El Nino side, if you don't put shelters or some
Ah,
shades, it will have a direct heat, right?
ng rain, yeah.
So if it's raining also, it's also a big problem because
Hmm.
too much rain could kill this.
Oh.
So the rain shelter, on the other hand, it's like you have a house, no? So it's protecting your investment, which is your crops. So the rain shelter is designed to really boost productivity, and even it's still raining or it's very hot, people can still work there inside, right? So if you go to farming, you have to have the right infrastructure.
Yes.
Otherwise, we keep on repeating doing these things, growing this crop, and then complaining, and it becomes a gamble.
Yeah.
It's like sugal, no? Na if walang ano, we win kasi mataas yung presyo. Then salamat sa Diyos walang ulan, ganyan.
Yes.
But right now, other countries is doing that.
Yes.
They even have a greenhouse. But for us, we use the rain shelter because it's just enough for us. No?
Yeah, actually, I very much agree kasi nagtataka din ako. I mean, maybe this is a larger issue about farming kasi like the Philippines is like we should develop our agriculture sector pero at the same time very prone tayo sa typhoon, sa climate
Mhm.
issues. I mean, the Philippines is blessed with a fertile land kaya maganda ang ating land, maganda ang ating agriculture kasi we have good lands ano. Pero like in other places naman like in other countries, safe naman sila from weather issues. Pero I think that's the good approach kasi we have good land and we should use technology, we should use whatever structures to kumbaga to counter naman yung problema ng
Yeah.
weather issues. We make farms resilient nga.
Yep, you have to adapt. Otherwise, if you stop eating, then stop farming.
And very important din na ang Philippines as or Cebu, the region, each region actually is kumbaga self-sustaining. We produce our own crops, we produce our own food para din makontrol yung prices ano. Is that right?
Yeah. The more you produce food, the more it becomes more affordable, accessible. And what is technology if people are sick?
Yeah.
We have to nourish our body. And what I say, because there's hope, because we have so many young people. We have so many land that not yet or not unproductive for now. And that's the opportunity. That's why we're here.
Hmm.
That's the big opportunity.
Yes. And by the way, in Cebu, or at least like in this part, what are the most like kumbaga ano yung parang pinaka gina-grow na crops ng mga farmers?
Usually, yung farmers talagang, itong farmer na to, they'll focus on sweet corn.
So
Whatever that
may kanya-kanyang specialty kumbaga.
it happens na if mayroong expert doon, parang may technician, sabi na, oh, maganda dito. So, they will just grow.
Okay.
Then, may ibang area, all cabbage naman. May ibang area, ganito. But for us, we don't farm. We have to have multi-crops.
Yes.
So, you have, from there, isang, sa amin, I'll show you a picture so your audience can also see. There's a farmer, parang hindi na-graduate. Grade 1 lang. I cannot even know what the measurements, no? But right now, for his 30 years of farming, he just grow just basic crops, maybe 3 crops, yung batong, yung kangkong or sweet corn. But right now, was able to grow almost 30 crops. Tomato, cherry tomato, ano ba yun? Lemongrass, is growing cucumbers, growing lettuces. Because he was able to do it because there's a shelter. And then mayroon yung nag-grow ng seedlings sa kanila is it's other part. So mayroon yung expertise na mayroon nursery. Binigyan lang siya ng seeds. So it's more possible.
So and actually flexible naman pala. I mean, a diverse range of crops can actually be grown naman dito sa Cebu,
Yes.
right? And by the way, like in Cebu, so asan ba yung mga farms dito? I mean, like in Cebu City, are they near the city or are they like farther pa? Near the beaches ba?
Yun ang ganahan ng Cebu. That's why you want to reach. Kasi it's just 1 hour away. You can go to the farm. 1 hour away, you can go to the beaches. So it's just there. It's just, even there are farms 30 minutes away from. Right? So, yung Top, yung Sudlon, these are just near Cebu City. So that's the beauty of being here also. But in other parts of the country, just like Bohol, other countries, we have so much fertile land, water. So that's why I don't have problems with food security. It's a matter, we are not taking action lang.
Oh, it's a matter of resilience talaga. Kasi I mean, when a typhoon comes, talagang nagiging down to zero nga yung harvest ng iba kasi talaga nasisira yung mga pananim.
Even if there's typhoon, after typhoon, you grow it again, it will grow. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
Unless the land being transported to other country, that's a big problem. But the land is still there.
Yes.
Yeah, so, but of course, you have to be resilient. Our shelters, maybe 10 years from now, it will be more stronger, more adaptable to the environment. But we started with these shelters that farmers can access.
Yeah, and actually dapat nga talaga na like for an island, like for a city, for a province, maganda rin na they have their own farms para talaga nasusupply nga ng farms na yun yung food for that area,
Yeah.
for that region. Hindi na kailangan bili pa ng bili. And especially like in a larger scale than like Philippines. Actually, nag-i-import din tayo eh. So, dapat nga nag-grow natin yung sarili natin mga pagkain, right?
Yeah. And I can assure you, a crops that is been transported for how many hours? The same lang. Like tomato, they all look the same. But when you taste it, it surely is different. So it's more tastier this one because it's been harvested for
Fresh, kumbaga,
fresh.
mas fresh,
It
yeah.
has so meaning it has nutrients.
Yeah.
And those are matabang.
Mm.
Wala na yung nutrients.
Kaya important talaga ang mga, kumbaga, we have our own farms and each place has its own farm. Speaking about that pala, I mean, you showed me kanina yung parang structure ni Arca Asia na this is Arca Asia and then it has this, it's allied with experts like scientists, engineers, and then papunta naman yung solving problems of or delivering produce then to end consumers. So can you know more about that part? Kasi you're also bridging, I believe you're also bridging these farms to end consumers. So can we know
Yeah.
more about that aspect naman ni
Yeah.
Arca Asia?
Literally, yung Arca ngayon, we've been delivering food supply, our produce direct to our consumer, to the restaurants, famous food brands here. So it's really farm to table. We harvest it and do in our facility and then deliver direct to our consumer. So it's more, I think it's more, the quality is it's
Yeah.
good because it's not transported many times.
Yes.
The price is also good because it doesn't go to some middleman. And I think farmers are happy then kasi they will see that their produce being consumed by that
Yeah.
client and that client see. So, yun lang. Yun lang kasimple yung solution.
At saka farm to table talaga siya. Hindi siya kumbaga farm to middleman, to bagsakan, to middleman, to table. Kasi,
That's
kumbaga,
the broken system.
yes, that's a broken system. And yun ang kinaganda na parang we have, each region has its own farming community, has its own thriving farming community.
That's why right now you're able to sit with a farmer.
Oh,
Before you
yeah,
cannot sit with a
yeah.
farmer, you just say, ang kawawa naman yung mga farmer, ganito, ganito. For me, I say, don't say kawawa farmer because the
Yes.
farmers should be the elite in the society.
Actually.
Right? So that's why I said, now you're talking with a farmer. Before it's really hard to connect because people are hiding those farmers because
Yes.
if you tell saan yung supply, baka the consumer will go direct.
Yes.
Yun yung nangyari. So, yung dignity ng farmer nawala. So ngayon you'll see me, I'm a farmer, I'm a proud farmer. So yun, iba, di ba? Iba.
Oh.
But interviewin mo yung
Yeah.
price, hindi ko alam. So, we've been hearing that, but we're glad that we were able to change.
Ang ganda nun, no? I mean, Arca Asia is bringing hope and actually bringing dignity to the farmers. As it should be, as it should be.
Because if you are not, your dignity is lost, you're unmotivated.
Yeah.
Hopeless. Sa amin ngayon, more hopeful, may integrity, may dignidad, di ba? And then, of course, motivated. Kasi alam nila, I have to grow food because the people need food. So it becomes a bigger responsibility for them. Right? So, yun. So, walang tech doon, but we need tech.
Yes.
Because we have to decide fast, we have to learn, we have to understand the data, how much they need, what kind of tomato, what kind of cucumber, what's the volume. That's the tech.
Yes.
We build also the tech. But without those basic things,
yes,
how can we move from these challenges?
Yeah, so it's really an ecosystem, and kumbaga you're helping really the root causes or the root problems of the farmers, and you're using tech kumbaga to make lives easier for them as well.
And I want to challenge also because I'm sure in your podcast there are more billionaires or millionaires, and then what we are doing right now, people get rich because they're able to sell other products from other country. So those income stream, when you buy something, it will goes back to the who creates those products. And Philippines has to create their own product. Create a product, create livelihood, supply other countries. That's what we need. Right? And for us to create those products, just like Japan and other countries, they were able to ship their famous rice, famous wine. So Philippines should do so.
And yeah, we should be less importing and more of exporting what we produce as a country.
Yeah. So yun sabi ko. We could find other ways to be rich or to be successful, but there are means and ways for you to be successful while helping your countrymen.
Mm,
Food production,
yes.
maximizing our land. Yun lang.
Yeah, so actually yan ang important talaga ng Philippines having its own sustainable food production. I think it's also like an underrated issue na we cannot just import things kasi nalulugi din tayo like in a global supply chain perspective na if wala tayong mabilihan, magmamahal yung mga prices ano. So it's really better, it's really good if we have our own very resilient and very thriving agriculture
Why would
industry.
you eat apple if there are other good fruits than that?
Yeah.
Right? Why would you why would you eat other if there are some dragon fruits?
Yes.
There are some mango,
Mangoes, bananas.
or beetroots and that,
Yeah.
right? So we can grow that from
Yes.
here.
Yes. Ayun. So, pag-usapan naman natin, Neil, ang stories behind the
Mm.
behind Arca Asia. So, you're actually a computer engineer, pero
Mm.
right now you're also a farmer. You have your own you have your own
Full-time
farm,
na.
but full-time farmer. So, can you know more about how Arca Asia started? And maybe we can go a bit before paano, like when you're an engineer, how was
Mm.
it, and then how was transitioning to doing Arca Asia and becoming a farmer?
Yeah, before my idol really was Jack Ma, no?
Oh.
So Jack Ma built Alibaba,
Yes.
and then Jeff Bezos built Amazon.
Yeah.
But before trying to build Arca, copying Jack Ma's thing. But you cannot copy Jack Ma because Jack Ma is China.
Yes.
He has so many manufacturing. People are
Mm.
good products in manufacturing. They have all these infrastructures built, and those are the strengths. For us, sa atin naman, so let's build Arca by maximizing our resources, which is our land and our people, right? So, yun yung dream ko na to be also, but really, hindi na yun na talagang you want to be that big or that. It starts with really caring for people, eh. Because even you see in the streets or this kind of infrastructure, uh, normal people cannot build this. And there's a big disparity between the rich and the poor. And then, so for us, if you're Manny Pacquiao, you have to go in the boxing in that platform wherein you can be a champion.
Yeah.
If you want to be a singer, you have to be that. But walang platform yung tayo, eh.
Mm.
Di ba? So, we build this archives too. We have so many engineers, scientists, farmers. These are good people, but they don't have that platform.
Mm.
So we build that art.
Mm.
Filipino ingenuity,
Oh.
right? So it's really the platform.
Yeah.
That's why we were able to build it because I'm an engineer. We were able to build it because my partner is good at this.
Mm.
And there's people in the branding, people on.
Mm.
So we are just putting all this Filipino.
Mm. Pero ang ganda nga rin, no? I mean, you're really building the arc na mako-connect yung mga Filipino engineers, inventors, innovators doon sa farms and really solve their problems.
Just focus on talagang farming, kasi
Farming,
productivity,
yeah.
etc. It will go to food production, but still the same. It's still in the same sector.
Mm-mm. Can I know pala about your partner in Arca Asia, like the people behind Arca Asia?
Yeah, people behind is my partner, Jonathan Ibanez, is also a tech guy. Very good. He's also he builds systems, and also he's good at building people.
Mm.
Part is my wife,
Mm.
also helping us on the admin side, and we have Ma'am Gemma, also on our accounting, and we have Ma'am February Canoy, also on the branding, marketing. So, and we have other people behind us also helping us also.
Yeah, speaking of that, you're actually pwede na ba sabihin you're actually supported by the OST Sure, right? So how was it naman? How was like that process, and like what's your proposition din to them on how you will build Arca Asia?
Actually, itong Arca is spin-off. It's a spin-off product ng research namin. That's why we build a company. So, for ARCA, we haven't get any support from the government yet as a startup right now.
Okay, okay.
But we are now on sending proposals, getting access to this. Because we are just one year and maybe 8 months or six months. And we have also partner cooperatives. So it's been ready. The farm there in Losaran is also a cooperative. So it's SLACO, Sitio Laguna Agricultural Cooperative. So there we are now on the side of expanding and growing, and hopefully all agencies can also help. But we started from the research, which is funded from.
I see. What was that research about? I mean,
It's the research is just to know, is just to create for digital infrastructure.
Oh, for farmers, to connect farmers with consumers.
Consumers, yeah.
Oh, I see.
And when we dig down, we see a big problem.
Yes. Actually, that's true. I mean, here in Startup Podcast page, we've interviewed several agri-tech startups, and actually most are like dealing with like the commerce part, the marketplace part. Pero, I mean, I'm happy to hear that Arca Asia is kumbaga digging deeper pa talaga into the root. Kumbaga, ano ba talaga yung problema ng mga farmers? Because
we live in the farm.
Yes. Oh, because you're actually a farmer as well. So.
Yeah, because you cannot really solve a problem by just going there and going home afterwards. You have to live there, understand the problem, understand the pain, be part of the pain.
Yeah.
And then once you said, hindi ko na nagustuhan tong pain na to, I have to fix the problem.
Oh, I see.
So yun. So the problem is, we've been doing so many seminars in the hotels, doing these discussions in here. But here is a good platform where you can really voice out, no? But for the real solutions, you cannot fix problems with just doing things in the classroom. The classroom is there. It's in the farm. It's in the field. To talk to the right people. And there you can get solutions.
Yeah. Speaking about that pala, how is it talking to farmers? I mean, you're a farmer, you can experience actually like the pain points, pero how is it talking to farmers? How is it also parang introducing Arca Asia to them? Kasi minsan baka isipin nila na, hindi, baka parang ayaw namin, parang they're resistant to it. So how is it talking to like farmers here in Cebu?
You know, you hear na Arca is sort of a biblical thing, no? It starts with empathy. You cannot give solution or without really understanding the person or parang empathizing them, right? And then when you start to love them and understand, ito yung nangyari. It could be my son. It could be my daughter. It could be my this, my that. And you said to say, we're just the same. We're all just brothers and sisters. And then they're very lovely people. They're very hardworking. And if we don't activate, then what will happen also to us? Because here in the city, you might have this, but in times of calamity, what food to eat? So somehow, we need them, and they need us also. But it's not na, kamo lang dyan.
Yeah.
So you have to really activate them.
Yeah. Highlight the word community. As a farmer lang, I mean, can you share some personal experience as a full-time farmer now? I mean, is it how profitable is it? How profitable is farming? How challenging rin ba to deal with like all the things a farmer should deal with? So maybe you can share some personal stories, anecdotes as someone who's doing farming.
For a smallholder farmer na current state na hindi Arca, you grow a sweet corn, you will grow there for 45 days or that day. From that days, mayroon ka ng utang. Right? And after the day of harvest, the price of that sweet corn, it's not good.
Oh.
You're expecting 50, but the real price is 10. So lost ka na. Then for 3 months time, mayroon ka ng pamilya eh. Yung farmer nang nakikita ko, he has 6 siblings, 6 na anak. So you have to feed the family. So once mag-harvest na, let's say, bigyan tayo ng 20 pesos or good price. But may utang na siya for first, second, third month. And then, what if mayroong typhoon? Mayroong sudden heat? Ganyan. May utang na, wala ka pang
Lugi
kita.
pa.
Lugi pa. So, yun yung state. And then since they have limited access, yung money that they use for farming, mayroon silang funder doon. So, mayroon ding kahati. Kasi they don't have money.
Yes,
All they
yes.
have is the labor.
Mm.
So, that's why when we got there, we have to change it.
Mm.
So, we provide all the inputs, we provide the shelters, we provide the market. So, we change.
Yeah, shelters, markets. Speaking about kumbaga yung economic nito, they also help the farmers like in the economic perspective. Like kasi problem din na, as I've heard like sa other startups din na parang problem yung capital tsaka yung pautang kasi minsan ang taas ng pautang sa
Mm.
mga farmers and nalulugi sila kasi ang dami nilang kailangang bayaran regardless of kung successful yung harvest. So, meron din ba ginagawa si Arca Asia like on the economic or like financial aspect or challenges ng farmers?
Yeah, because they are our contractors. They'll get yung parang allowance. And after a certain month,
Ah,
they will get yung harvest, they will have certain levels.
mm,
And then since there's a community, hindi naman ang income na niya is sa family is yung asawa, baka part of the processing area.
mm,
So literally we changed that landscape not just for farming because there's tourism.
mm,
So there'll go more other activities.
mm.
So yun, the secret word is make them productive, right? And having it and going it direct to the consumer, you'll have good price.
Mm. Speaking about the consumers pala, you mentioned kanina na you're doing farm to table. So who are like who are like in Cebu, who are like the end consumers na sinusupplyan with the help of Arca Asia ng mga crops, ng mga tanim ng mga
Yep.
farmers?
Ever since we started, we thank Lemon Co.
Mm.
He sells juices,
Lemon
lemon based.
based, yeah.
But we have cucumbers.
Mm.
Actually, we planted already lemon
Mm.
there also in the farm. We have abaca, fatpo, uh, some sandwiches here, uh, ultimate sandwich. And these are really entrepreneurs that help us. And ever since they've been supporting us, and we thank them. But for the side naman na they're able to see the direct produce,
Yeah.
there's an increase naman na they've been expanding because they have that uh, assurance of the supply,
Yes,
good
exactly.
quality. So, yun.
It's actually win-win eh. Like for the end consumer, first of all, yung assurance ng supply, assurance ng good quality supply, pati yung dami. And for the farmers, assurance din na may mapupuntahan yung mga tanim nila. So, parang that's good then if you directly connect, like if you directly connect farms to these consumers, to these businesses. About future plans of Arca Asia. So how are you building Arca Asia ba? What are some of the plans, more projects that you're doing for farmers? So what are you building for the future of Arca Asia?
Ang laki ng market, no? We just scratching. And we're just here in Cebu City. We'll be expanding and supplying from Lapu-Lapu, Mandaue, and other parts of the region in Cebu City. And we want also to expand in Bohol, Negros, and other parts in the region. So since Philippines is an island, so there's an opportunity there that you can build more ARCA in those islands.
Yes.
Unlike other countries, it's
Yeah.
one. For us, we have islands, so we have to build ARCA in each island.
Yes, actually, that's a very important issue. I want to ask about that. What do you think about the Philippines being an archipelago? Kasi I mean, we're not like one big massive land. We're an archipelago. So how critical is that geographical thing in like the agriculture industry of the Philippines?
Yeah, that's why sometimes we always see the bad side. No, we always say, "Oh, island, we've been hit by typhoon or that." But in my perspective, being an archipelago, I think there's so much advantage. Maybe in case of invasion, you cannot invade directly the whole Philippines because it's been right. So, and if each island is sustainable, then you cannot cripple the whole country. And
I see.
one thing also, the taste of mango here in Cebu and the taste of this product in other region, it tastes so good because because of that land, sea thing.
Yes.
But in other parts of the country, they cannot have that quality. So
I
that's the beauty of being in an archipelago.
Yeah, so may advantage din pala ano kasi naapektuhan nung kumbaga nung geography
Yeah.
and we are in a tropical climate. So actually those are good mixes kung bakit tayo may masarap na mango din sa
Yeah.
Pilipinas.
That's why magaganda at mga gwapo yung mga Filipino at Filipina. Kasi hindi, it has yung advantage talaga
Yeah.
being on that. That's why sabi ng ibang ano, we are a rich country but poorly run, right? But we are not managing the resources well.
Yes.
Meaning, I will not talk about politics, but even ourselves, no,
Yeah.
we have to help the government. So we cannot just say the government is doing this, doing that. We ourselves as ARCA, we have to start helping, like managing the land well,
Yes.
empowering people. The government cannot do that.
Yeah.
It's a big population, so with us paving that way, it will transform, right? And the government will also help us
Yeah.
afterwards.
And I think we shouldn't make excuses ano na porket nga archipelago tayo, porket we have many languages, cultural barriers. I agree na dapat kumbaga ayun nga, we make each island, we make each maybe culture, each island, each region self-sustaining. May Arca Asia nga sa bawat lugar.
Yeah.
Kumbaga may community na nagtutulungan and kumbaga nag-apply ng technology, naka-connect yung supply chain from farms to consumers, farm to table in each island, in each area.
Imagine if there's so many Arca villages. We're targeting around
Arca villages.
building 100 Arca villages to 1,000 Arca villages. And if you're there, where food is there, right? Parang safe. Safe pa.
Yes.
Right? So, that's why Arca is sort of biblical word, no? Parang may flag, ganito. But my take on that is, I don't really believe on the end of the world. Mayroon like end of cycle.
Oh.
So, how do you prepare on that end of cycle? Where we are so resilient on resources, even water we buy.
Yes, agree.
Internet, we cannot do this without an internet, lights. Arca villages can be sustainable, right? Even from there, we can try, we can even, there will be, the next pandemic will happen.
Yun, exactly.
We've been preparing.
Parang nawangan kasi parang na, kumbaga, na underappreciate na natin. Kasi parang, I mean, in this world now, na parang makakabili ka ng mga prutas sa department store, sa groceries, sa convenience store. And then, parang everything is accessible. Pero actually, pag dumating yung pandemic, pag dumating yung mga ganyang problem, mapuputo lahat. So,
kasi they brought it there.
Yeah.
Right? And even it's not from there, from Cebu, it's from other parts of the country or region. So, like, we have been living here, but we're so dependent on outside sources.
Yes, true.
And on the other hand, we built Arca. We're in even water, all those resources that you need. It's there.
Yeah, and speaking about that lang ano, so ano nga ba ang future ni Arca Asia and ano ba yung parang vision for the larger agriculture or farming industry in the Philippines? Ano ba yung parang ideal na state nito? So maybe we can end our conversation with that para meron tayong bright picture sa kung ano ba dapat yung maging itsura or maging state kumbaga na agriculture in the Philippines.
Yep, I would say Arca will be representing other parts of the world that what Filipinos can really do in their land. And we will see also, like even myself and my family na, when you eat, you will see, pag geotag mo lang, nandun yung galing. So, you see, it's safe. And what we see also that because of supply, people are more healthier. So we have all the access of that. And the food prices here will become more cheaper because of more productivity in the farmland. And because of that, abundant soil, that people will be also abundant, will improve. Less crime then kasi there'll be more work in the farmland. So, not a perfect place, I should say, but there's a word lang feeling of security.
Yeah, security. Actually, ang laki ng magiging effect nga ano, like if we are really food secure and kumbaga self-sustaining as a place, as a not just as a country but maybe as per island nga no. So napakalaki ng actually napakalaki ng vision din ni Arca Asia and yeah, I support Arca Asia. I see the vision. I am actually inspired na parang people rin should know more about what's really behind the food that's on our table. I mean, people should really care more about farmers. Hindi lang yung parang, oh, this came from the farms, pero really understand ano ba yung state, ano ba yung problems nila, and what we can do to, kumbaga, to make it more productive and make their lives easier as well. Kasi it's also like for the whole country, for the whole nation.
Yeah. Thank you also for that opportunity.
Ayun. So, maraming salamat, Neil, for this conversation. And if our viewers want to know more about Arca Asia, so how can they contact you? Maybe you can lead them to the website, email, social media if you have. So, invite them to know more about
you. You can just search arca.asia in Facebook, and we have a new website, www.arca.asia. It's still we're still working on it, but it's still there. So, yun, and if you want, yung message ko lang, no, like, for us, as we are not that really rich people, we're just rich in heart.
No? Rich in heart.
A simple Ferrari, I don't know the cost even. You can just ride one person in that Ferrari or two, right? And it just sit in their garage. And if you have 10 Ferraris there, it's not useful. It's just feeding your ego. But if you are putting this into a cause, just like Arca, it's not just your family becomes safe, you're doing good things, and that's even more than a Ferrari.
Yes.
So, right, we are in a world of new heroes right now, no? And maybe sabi na ni Denzel Washington na, continue what you're doing. You'll never know who's watching. Just do good things. So, yun po.
Yeah. So, for our startup founders, let's also be rich in heart. Ayun. So, maraming salamat, Neil. This is a very good conversation, knowing more about what you're doing, of course, sa Arca Asia, but also discussing ano ba talaga ang estado ng mga farms sa Pilipinas. And thank you for these very inspiring messages that you shared to our listeners, to our viewers. So, thank you very much, Neil, and thank you very much, Arca Asia. Support. Startup Algas PH is very happy to support what we're doing at Arca Asia. Thank you.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? A business can spend an average of 50 hours per month on payroll. Time you rather be spending on other tasks. It's time to take back your time. Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter, the perfect HR and payroll solution for small business owners. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter.
Thank you very much to our 45 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLexPH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. ROC.ph, our creative marketing partner. Get unlimited digital marketing services monthly. One CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. And Space Cebu, global co-working space, private office, and meeting rooms for startups, digital nomads, and freelancers. Tuala, privacy-focused digital experience for sharing identity information across Web 2 and Web 3 ecosystems. Mamiki, super Super Pet App, the Philippines' first ever one-stop mobile app for pet products and services. MarketMind Local, a digital marketing company focused in helping small and medium businesses. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGU's real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Smile, consent-driven digital employment verification service to make smarter decisions faster. DVCode Technologies, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets, and cybersecurity. Drive Manila, PH's largest peer-to-peer car rental community. Ignite Careers, career matching platform for Filipino talents and hiring companies in the outsourcing industry. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. Benjoy's Food Products, the home of premium bacon ends, tapa, and tocino. This episode is powered by Contact RFID Business Cards, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Founders Launchpad, Packetworks, Uplift Codecamp, Pareto Consulting, Agile Data Solutions, Hassel PH, Board Prep, Zales, Sears MD, Pahatid PH. Please support the podcast through the links in the description.